Okay, good night, teacher Claudia, and my dear classmate in this website, in this forum. It's very important for ourselves to practice languages. We are going to interchange different experience, different reflection about the British influence in the teaching language around the world, okay? Because we know about the English culture, the British English influence is a powerful contribution for the variation language about the English, okay? In this moment, I am going to share in my screen about the English. It's very important for to develop different reflection about the languages, okay? Sorry. For example, I am going to analyze in this website, for example, in my opinion, okay, the British language is influence is a Germanic language is influence, okay, because according to the historical languages, the Viking culture has represented the powerful influence in the English languages, okay, because modern English has a different influence about Celtic languages, about Viking culture, because the Viking culture has a powerful influence in the variation languages because according to historical, the Viking languages, Viking culture languages, represent they conquest different British territories, and when they conquest different territories, they are two original mixed languages, okay? For that reason, this Viking culture uh, developed different language influence because they had an own writing system, they had an own alphabet, they were an excellent poets, an excellent writing. The Viking literature represented different influence in the British languages because they had a different variation languages. They come from about different languages, okay, different city, different territories in the British languages, okay. For that reason, the Viking culture represents powerful influence in the languages because the British language has recognized how international language in the technologicals and economic in the business, okay, because the British English has always recognized the powerful influence in the world, okay. This video represents different languages. It's very important for you to check this video because we, as a teacher, we have to reflect deeply about the difference influence about the British English and American English, okay? And the last video is very important because you know, the literature, British literature is very important for develop the English influences because the literature is a science belong to the philosophy, okay? The literature is special languages, special sign because has an artists and persuasive languages, okay? For example, poems, poetry, short history, okay? The literature has a seduction languages and artist languages for to develop the interesting for to study and learn languages. Okay, you know Shakespeare. Shakespeare has an important literature. Okay, they develop the influence languages, British languages, because they travel around the world. They if was the most important writer in these all times about the English languages because they he was an actor, he was a literator, he was a dramaturg, and they writing an important book for to develop the influence languages, different variation languages, okay? Finally, for me, is the British English is represent the most powerful influential language in the world, okay? Because different when American languages, because according to sociolinguistical approach, the all languages has a different variation languages, dialect variation languages in German languages, for example, the French, Paris, French is different than Swiss in Paris, okay? The French has a different dialects, German languages has a different dialects, Chinese languages, they have a different variation language because there are traditional Chinese, Cantonese Chinese, simple Chinese, okay? All languages has a different variation language, has a different influences, different languages, okay? In my opinion, the British English is the most important influences for to develop the variation languages according to linguistical approach and according to ethnography approach. Okay, thank you very much. This is my reflection of epistemological approach. I had learned significant knowledges about the history languages because I am a teacher. I am going to apply in my social context. I am going to teach different variation language. I could explain different meaning about how how or why the English, American English is different in different variation languages and contrast the American English. Okay, thank you very much, my friends.